Friends, let me share a story from my garden, a story that's as much about discovery as it is about growth. Over the years, my little patch of earth has been a place of learning, patience, and sometimes, surprise. I've spent countless hours tending to my plants, watching them respond to the changing seasons, and learning from every success and setback. Gardening, I've found, is a journey that teaches us to observe, adapt, and nurture, not just our plants, but ourselves as well. I've celebrated bountiful harvests, arms full of tomatoes, baskets brimming with greens, and I've mourned the losses when pests or disease swept through overnight. Each season, I searched for something that would truly help my plants thrive, something beyond the usual fertilizers and sprays. I wanted a solution that worked with nature, not against it, and that would help my garden become more resilient year after year. Then, almost by accident, I stumbled upon a method so simple and ancient it felt like unlocking a secret passed down through generations. A homemade, living microbe brew. This wasn't just another gardening hack. It was a practice rooted in tradition, yet perfectly suited for modern gardens. The idea of brewing life itself, right in my backyard, was both exciting and humbling. This isn't a fleeting trend or a quick fix. It's a return to the foundation of healthy, living soil. When you look beneath the surface, you'll find a bustling world of microbes, earthworms, and tiny creatures all working together. These living communities are the true engine of a thriving garden, breaking down organic matter and making nutrients available to plants in ways that synthetic fertilizers simply can't match. Fermenting grains to cultivate beneficial microbes is rooted in traditional farming wisdom. For centuries, farmers have harnessed the power of fermentation to enrich their soils, long before the science behind it was fully understood. This method honors that legacy, connecting us to a lineage of growers who knew that healthy soil is the key to healthy plants, and, ultimately, healthy people. The first time I used this living brew, I noticed a transformation. My plants stood taller, their leaves turned a deeper, more vibrant green, and the soil itself seemed to come alive. It was as if I'd given my garden a new lease on life. The difference was undeniable, not just in how the plants looked, but in how they grew, resisted stress, and produced more abundant harvests. Think of it as a probiotic smoothie for your garden, empowering the invisible workforce that makes nutrients available. Just as probiotics support our own health by nurturing beneficial bacteria in our gut, this brew supports the soil's microbiome, unlocking nutrients and building resilience from the ground up. It's a gentle, natural way to boost plant health without harsh chemicals or expensive products. This brew creates a partnership between plants and soil life, helping them flourish naturally. The roots and microbes communicate, exchanging nutrients and signals that strengthen both. Over time, you'll notice your garden becoming more self-sustaining, with fewer problems and richer harvests. It's a beautiful example of how working with nature can yield the best results. Today, I'll show you the simple science and exact steps to make your own batch. You don't need fancy equipment or rare ingredients, just a willingness to experiment and a bit of patience. I'll walk you through the process, explain why each step matters, and share tips to help you get the most out of your living brew. All you need are everyday ingredients like rice or oats to unlock your soil's potential. These humble grains, when fermented, become a powerhouse of beneficial microbes ready to transform your garden. It's affordable, sustainable, and surprisingly easy to do at home. So, let's dig into the world of fermented grain microbe brews together. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, this simple practice can make a world of difference. Join me as we explore how a living brew can breathe new life into your soil, your plants, and your entire gardening experience. So, what is this brew? It's a liquid teeming with beneficial microbes, cultivated by fermenting grains in water. Grains provide the perfect food for these microorganisms, turning water into a biologically active inoculant. The goal is to capture and multiply local, native microbes, perfectly adapted to your environment. Unlike compost tea, this is an anaerobic process, using simple pantry staples to generate a massive microbial population. It's an easy, inexpensive way to boost your garden's health. Let's see why these microbes matter so much. Healthy soil is a bustling metropolis of life, bacteria, fungi, and more, forming the soil food web. These microbes break down organic matter, making nutrients available for plants. Some fix nitrogen, others help roots absorb water and minerals. The brew feeds and multiplies these essential partners, Beneficial microbes also defend against pathogens, crowding out harmful organisms and suppressing disease. They improve soil structure, binding particles into aggregates for better drainage and aeration. Pouring your brew onto the soil kick-starts this transformation. The result? Healthier, more resilient plants. Now let's talk about how simple it is to make. Making this microbe brew is incredibly simple. All you need is a grain, water, and a sugar source, likely already in your kitchen. Uncooked white rice is my favorite, but oats, barley, or cracked corn work too. Use unprocessed grains, avoid instant or pre-cooked types. For water, let tap water sit out to remove chlorine or use rainwater if possible. Add a tablespoon or two of unrefined sugar like brown sugar or molasses to feed the microbes. Avoid plain white sugar if you can. That's it. Just 3 ingredients. This accessibility makes it a powerful tool for any gardener. Let's walk through the process step by step. Ready to create your own powerful all-natural garden fertilizer? Let's walk through the process step by step so you can confidently make this nutrient-rich brew at home. Gather your ingredients and supplies. You'll need uncooked white rice, chlorine-free water, brown sugar, or molasses, and a large glass jar or food-grade bucket. Make sure your workspace is clean and organized before you begin. Start by measuring out half a cup of uncooked rice, place it in a bowl, then add 2 cups of chlorine-free water. Swirl the rice around with your hand or a spoon, gently agitating it until the water becomes cloudy and milky. This step helps release beneficial starches and nutrients from the rice, which will feed the microbes during fermentation. Carefully pour the milky rice water into a clean, 1-gallon glass jar or a food-grade plastic bucket. It's important to use containers that are free from any soap residue or chemicals, as these can interfere with the fermentation process. Next, add more chlorine-free water to the jar, filling it up but leaving a few inches of headspace at the top. This extra space is crucial, as it allows room for bubbling and expansion as the mixture ferments. Now, stir in 1 to 2 tablespoons of brown sugar or molasses. This sweetener acts as food for the beneficial microbes, helping them multiply and thrive. Stir thoroughly to dissolve the sugar completely into the liquid. Cover the jar with a piece of cheesecloth or a clean kitchen towel, securing it with a rubber band. Avoid using an airtight lid. Fermentation produces gases that need to escape, and a tight seal could cause pressure to build up or even lead to spoilage. Place your covered jar in a cool, dark spot, such as a pantry or cupboard, away from direct sunlight. Sunlight and heat can disrupt the delicate balance of microbes and slow down the fermentation process. Allow the mixture to ferment undisturbed for 5 to 7 days. During this time, you'll notice bubbles forming and the liquid becoming more aromatic. These are signs that the beneficial microbes are hard at work, transforming your simple ingredients into a potent garden booster. As the days pass, microbial activity increases, creating a living elixir teeming with life. The surface may develop a layer of bubbles or a slight foam, which is a good indication that fermentation is progressing as it should. The best part? You don't need any fancy equipment or expensive gadgets, just basic kitchen tools and a little patience. This method is accessible to anyone, whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out. After about a week, it's time to check if your brew is ready. Gently lift the cheesecloth and take a look inside. You should see bubbles, a pleasant yeasty aroma, and perhaps a thin layer of foam on the surface. These are all signs of healthy fermentation. If everything looks and smells good, you've successfully created your own homemade garden fertilizer, ready to nourish your plants and boost your soil's vitality. After several days, check your brew using your senses. A successful batch smells sweet and tangy, like fermenting fruit or mild rice wine. If it smells foul or rotten, discard and start over. The liquid should be cloudy, with a thin white film, calm yeast, and gentle bubbling. Signs of healthy fermentation. Sediment at the bottom is normal. If you're brave, a tiny taste should be slightly sweet and tangy, never sour or unpleasant. After 5 to 10 days, when the sweet smell peaks and bubbling slows, your brew is ready. Now let's feed your garden. Strain your finished brew to remove sediment. Dilute it. 1 to 2 tablespoons per gallon of chlorine-free water is plenty. Apply as a soil drench around plant bases to inoculate the root zone, or use as a foliar spray on leaves to help suppress diseases and boost nutrient uptake. Apply every 2 weeks during the growing season for best results. Consistency is key. Don't overdo the concentration. Use leftover sediment in your compost pile. This simple routine builds a thriving, resilient garden. But what if something goes wrong? If your brew smells bad, looks moldy, or shows no activity, don't worry. Just start again. Clean your equipment, use chlorine-free water, and keep the temperature stable. A white film is usually harmless calm yeast, but fuzzy, colorful mold means contamination. Discard and retry. If fermentation is slow, move the jar to a warmer spot and ensure you added enough sugar. Every gardener learns by trial and error. Stick with it, and you'll master the process. Soon, you'll be brewing with confidence. Let's wrap up with why your garden will thank you. This simple fermented grain brew is more than just a supplement for your garden. It's a way to form a true partnership with nature. When you pour this living mixture into your soil, you're not just feeding your plants, you're nurturing an entire underground world that supports life above and below the surface. It's a gentle, sustainable approach that works in harmony with the rhythms of the earth. By cultivating beneficial microbes, you're building a resilient, self-sustaining ecosystem right in your backyard. These tiny helpers break down organic matter, unlock nutrients, and create a healthy environment where roots can grow strong and plants can flourish. Over time, your soil becomes more alive, teeming with earthworms, fungi, and bacteria that all play a vital role in supporting plant health. As you continue to use natural brews like this, you'll notice you need fewer chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Your garden becomes more self-reliant, able to fend off pests and diseases naturally. The diversity of plants and soil life increases, creating a balanced ecosystem where everything works together for mutual benefit. There's a deep satisfaction in nurturing your soil with a living brew. Each time you mix and pour, you're investing in the long-term health of your garden. You'll feel more connected to the land, knowing you're making a positive impact with every action. Over the weeks and months, you'll witness a transformation. Soil that was once dry and lifeless becomes rich, dark, and full of vitality. Plants grow taller, leaves look greener, and flowers and vegetables burst with color and flavor. The difference is clear, not just in appearance, but in the overall health and productivity of your garden. Start small if you're new to this process. Observe how your plants respond, and watch as your garden slowly transforms into a thriving, living ecosystem. Each season brings new growth and new lessons, deepening your understanding of the natural world. As you gain experience, you'll become a true steward of the soil, joining a growing community of gardeners who are committed to working with nature, not against it. Sharing your journey and learning from others can make the process even more rewarding. Don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Share this guide with friends, family, and fellow gardeners. Subscribe for more tips and inspiration, and help spread the word about sustainable gardening practices that benefit everyone. Together, we can start a soil revolution, one garden at a time. With each step, we're building a healthier planet and a brighter future for generations to come. Happy gardening.